Morning Thailand supported by Sea Thai Superwear. Wings Learning Circle, customized English course for your business.
And welcome back. You're watching the last break of Morning Thailand with Phai Golf and Kun Chen. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับ
And of course, amid a political crisis and political situation that we are facing these days, it's good to hear from academics and also the experts on the solutions for the public.
So-called
right?
solution.
The so-called solution. Even though they're not taking this seriously, but it's good for people to hear what to do and in which way we're looking forward to, right?
I think it will also depend on how the government take the comments.
Yes.
As well.
That's true, because, if you upset them, who knows?
All right. The TDRI chairman, Dr. Somkiat Tangkitwanit, comments yesterday that he has 4 points for the government to do in order to fix the faith crisis.
And TDRI is actually quite a famous institution working on various
It's a
issues.
think tank
Yep.
of the country. He went to a talk called Reform Thailand, a turning point to the future at the Faculty of Commerce, Chulalongkorn University. He proposed 4 points. And the first one is that the government should identify itself with anti-corruption movement so that the people can confident that the country will be going on anti-corruption way.
Okay.
But
You mean like having a campaign or?
I think he believed that if the government can sit and talk with
And make a stand?
anti-corruption organizations
Yeah.
Okay.
and make a pact with them that would
Okay.
take the country into
Not sure if the government going to have time at this
Yeah, that
point
too.
to sit down and do that. All right?
The second point is that the government should open space for external observers, especially from private sectors and anti-corruption
yeah.
organization at the national level, because that will allow the government to embrace integrity pact, and it will lead to more external observation of procurement of the government mega project, such as
Okay.
a 2.2 trillion baht loan
Right.
and flood and water management scheme. Like we were talking during the break, that there are so many stuff that are being procured by the
Yeah.
government and it's not quite very effective. The third point is that the government should amend the law in a way that, this one is very interesting, that makes corruption case as a never expire case.
Never
Oh.
explain and no amnesty.
So
Right.
meaning
Correct.
that do not treat them as a regular case.
Right.
Yeah.
Which always, if after a certain years, certain amount of years,
That's
then it's
good.
probably could be dropped. So all the corruption case will stay forever.
Right, and if once you commit corruption, you cannot get away with that.
Okay.
The last point is that the government should disclose more information to the public because he believed that that will create transparency, because right now it's very difficult for anyone to get information from the government and state officials. And that difficulty allows and even encourages the officials to corrupt, as there is no way of checking.
That's true. That's true, because there's no check and balance there.
And the 4 points he believed that if implemented will help the government in restoring the public faith. On the other hand, if not, that might allow the conflict to continue even further.
Okay. So this is almost like restoring the faith of the people.
Yes.
At this point, because you have to admit it has been shaken quite a bit. Okay.
And if the government doesn't want to do the 4 point, he
There's
suggests
more
that
options.
in the democratic regime, the government can always call for the House dissolution. Because
Oh.
in his opinion, there would be an election sooner or later. Sooner meaning the government calls a dissolution.
Yes.
Later means that within 2 years, if the government decides to stay until it goes to
Full
the
term,
full
right.
term, even they wait or they decide to drop it now,
Yes.
both party, the Pheu Thai party and Democrat party, should sit and talk, at least to set the fiscal rule that they cannot abuse more the national resources.
Yes,
Oh.
of course.
And the public policy as well, that the TDRI believe that people like this kind of policies because they can get short run benefit. But such policy would hurt the economy of country in the long run.
Like the first car,
Yeah, maybe.
first house, right? Okay. Well, I'm enjoying the first car program. But I'm sorry.
But it took quite a while for you to get the money back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, a year.
And a
technically,
process
right?
quite.
that's slow. Yeah, and a lot of troubles with them.
And we know that the money is probably going to come from somebody else's tax money as well as ours. Anyway.
As well, the World Bank senior economist Kun Girita Paupichit comments that if the violence occur during the rally,
Yeah.
if it extends for so long as well, that will quite affect the country economy.
Of course.
Of course.
Already, I think we see a little bit of a impact from this particular.
But
event.
if even if the protest stay for long, but
Drags
there is
on,
no use of violence, it will just affect the country economy not so much because she believes that the business can still operate.
Well, that's true. As long as you
They'll
don't join the
adjust.
3-day strikes.
Yeah, they'll adjust to the
But
situation.
Kun Ek Niti Tan Prakat from the fiscal policy comments that the business sector that would be affected more is the infrastructure business, which is quite a main investment for the country for next year.
Oh, okay.
And if we fail to do that, we might not get into the goal that the country would like to hit the 5.1% of GDP growth.
Oh. Well, at this point, I think, the TDI has suggested, restoring of faith in the government is probably extremely needed at this
Yeah.
point, in which the country has been divided for 7 years. I'm not even sure how we're going to fix this within a short period of time, whether or not these 4 theories, of restoring faith will actually work. How it's going to work in implementation, that's
I think
another
that the
question.
punchline from the TDRI is not about the 4 points, but
Okay.
for the
What
House
is it?
dissolution.
Oh. All
Because
right.
that-
I'm going to touch on that.
No, that would be too late for the government to just sit down and say there would not be any corruption in the future because the situation is really heated up right now.
Yes.
All right. Well, a lot of interesting points, that's for sure, but we're not sure which direction is going right now. So it's a daily updates at this
Yes.
point, but make sure you stay tuned on our program because we're going to give you updates of whatever situation that happened. And as for today, thank you C Thai Superware Quality the World Trust as well as Wings Learning Circle, customized English course for your business.
And of course, you can always send us an email at morningthailandshow@gmail.com or just simply type in facebook.com/morningthailand. And as for now, we have to say goodbye and see you again tomorrow and 5.
Golf.
Change.
สวัสดีค่ะ